Hello everyone, how are you? Renee here, and welcome to your pick a card reading for this week as we move a little bit further into August. You know what to do. Choose one of these three cards. Which card do you feel drawn to right now? Is it card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Once you've made up your mind, just look below at those timestamps and fast forward to your reading. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Hello Group 1, let's see what's in store for you this week. So this is the card you chose, and it is all about music for you this week, Group 1. Play music, listen to music, write music, go see live music, dance, try a new instrument, start a band, get into orchestra, whatever it might be for you. It's time to do it. If you've been thinking about it, this is the week to think about it more seriously, plan it, and just do it. So let's draw one more of those cards for you, Group 1. These are my handmade cards. So we also have for you play, of course. Have fun, play, let loose, let your inner child out and laugh. Laugh, have fun, play, listen to music. Sounds like a really good week for you as we move into the second week of August. I kind of feel like, Group 1, and tell me in the comments, is it your birthday this week? My guides said happy birthday in my ear, and it's not my birthday week, so maybe for one or some of you it's your birthday this week, so happy birthday. Let's get into the tarot. All right, Hermit, the Ace of Cups, beautiful. We have the High Priestess, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. All right, look at all the blues here. Air and water energy. So it wouldn't surprise me, again, if you are a water sign or an air sign. Or let's say moon sign, water or air moon sign, because if your birthday is this week, obviously you're fire, you're a Leo. But you might have, let's say, a Libra moon, or maybe a Scorpio or Pisces moon, or Cancer moon. Let me know in the comments. First card's Hermit, learning something new, taking time alone to learn something, to focus, to help you to make a decision. Maybe you're working on your meditation skills. We have the Seven of Coins, being productive, and the end of something. Okay. The Knight of Wands is taking action. So what I'm getting here is you've started a new career, or you're thinking about doing something on the side, like starting your own business, or your own, getting your own website or blog or YouTube channel or whatever it might be. And you're pretty excited about it. And maybe your long-term goal is to do this side thing full-time. So it's not quite the time to quit your job, because you have to pay the bills, you have to survive. But that's your long-term plan. You're putting those coins in the basket. You're planting the seeds, you're growing more, you're planning more for the further future here. And this week you're really taking action on this long-term goal, which is great. It's something you're passionate about with this Ace of Cups. I feel that you're getting a big yes. Whatever your long-term goals and plans are, I feel like you're getting a big yes here with these first few cards. Let's look at this High Priestess, this intuitive type of watery feminine energy coming in. We have Queen of Coins and the Two of Cups. So there's a relationship, and maybe you are the Queen of Coins, or maybe the person coming in is a Queen of Coins. Very earthy. Could be a hippie mama, could be someone who is just very nurturing and kind and earthy and empathetic and conscious, right? trust your intuition when it comes to this person, or if this person's you, trust your intuition that someone is coming in as a soulmate, a romantic partner. And I have to go that route because of the Ace of Cups, because for me, especially if I'm getting the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups in the same type of reading or the same sequence of cards, like they're very close to each other here, tells me this is a soul bond. This is a soulmate type relationship, and it's probably romantic. So either your relationship's going to the next level, or you maybe are going to meet someone very special this week. And like I said, maybe you're the Queen of Coins, or the person you're going to meet this week or be introduced to is going to be the Queen of Coins. You're probably going to feel very connected at the get-go, Group 1. I feel like it's going to be a very strong connection as soon as you meet this person. Where's it going to go? Time will tell. All I can tell you is that it is a soul type of bond, and you are meant to meet, perhaps this week. Ten of Swords, the end of something. And again, another action card. We have the Knight of Wands over here. Here we have the Eight of Wands, which can mean literally taking action. Ten of Swords, you know, it's the end of something. It's like that Death card. I feel like this is just recapping what I already said, as you are planning and taking action to contribute to your long-term goal, to your far future plan or further future plan. Maybe it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, but you are on your way to achieving that. Try not to stress out too much about it. Knight of Swords. Be very clear in your communications this week, Group 1. Be very careful on how you're responding to people, how you're reacting to people. You don't want to get easily angered and send a text or an email or a DM that you're going to regret. Just kind of take a step back. Be very conscious of how you are responding. We have the Moon as well, kind of reiterating that point. And again, another card for me that is all about planning for that further future, looking far off the shoreline, right? What's way, way over there that I can aspire to? Maybe there's someone coming in who is going to enlighten you or give you some advice or help you in some way. Or maybe there's someone coming in who might give you a little bit of conflict about your further future plans. It's kind of saying, you know, it's all right. Just try to respond in a polite manner to them, and know that wherever their responses or their own emotions are coming from, it probably has nothing to do with you or your choices. It has to do with them, the way they were brought up, what they define as success. I was watching this. I watch a lot of TED Talks, and I was watching one about what is the definition of success. And it was a TED Talk about people who are, oh my gosh, what is the word? Multi-potentiates who have multiple areas of potential. I define myself as one of those people. I mean, I'm in my 50s. I've had several career paths where I've kind of played those out start to finish. A few have meshed together, but I've got multiple passions. My life has not been defined by one true passion. Like some people, they know when they're 5 years old, I want to be a dancer. That's their one true passion. But a lot of us have multi-passions. We have a vast array of things we're into. And we might be all into something for a month or a year or even 10 years. And then we're kind of done. We kind of want to clean that slate, start something new. And that might be you, Group 1. That might be you. I would check out that TED Talk. Or just Google that. Potentiates. However, I think you spell it multipotentiate. Okay? But that might be you. So you're doing something, you're kind of getting maybe bored with it, or you've mastered it, time to move on. And you're now thinking of the next thing, the next best thing for you. And that's okay. You don't have to do the same thing your whole life. You don't have to have the same career. You can change your mind. You can change your careers. we are, overall, we're living longer and longer. You may live, if you're younger especially, you may live to be 100. There's no sense in you having the same career for, 50, 60 years. You might want to do something for 20 years, completely switch over, go back to school or whatever, and do something else for the next 10 years, do something else for the next 10 years. It's your choice. So if someone's telling you that's the wrong way to do it, you need to stay where you are, you've got this 401k thing, you've got your health insurance. If you're miserable and you don't want to do that, don't listen to them. Think of the future. It's your choice, your future. And I just went off on a tangent, but I felt like I needed to for you, Group 1. So hopefully some of that made a little bit of sense. I'm actually, before I draw the final oracle card, I want to draw from this teeny tiny, it's another Ciro Marchetti tarot deck. This is one and this is another one. So I want to draw just a few of these from the tiny, tiny deck here and see what else I can tell you about your week. Whoops, okay. It's kind of tough to shuffle. There's a little bit of a puzzle. Look at that, the Magician. Perfect, perfect. We have Knight of Cups and Seven of Swords. For me, when I see the Seven of Swords, that's surrounded by career cards, for me as a reader, and the Magician, in your case, is a career card, is a potential card of what you want to be, what you want to do, being the best you can be at whatever it is you choose to do. Seven of Swords is the accumulation of wisdom and skill that you will master. You will be an expert in your field. Possibly you're already an expert in what you're doing now, but this is kind of talking about the future that I've been talking about throughout your reading. You're on your way to being a master in your field, to being very, very good at what you want to be doing. All right? So keep that in mind as you move forward. And I'm going to draw a final card here. A numerology card. And the colors, like I said, the blues were really jumping out at me, so I'd pay attention to blue, that throat chakra, speaking your truth, expressing yourself, verbalizing what's going on in your head. And let's see what your numerology card is for this week. It is, wow, 10, karmic completion. Number 10 is numerologically the number of completion. That's what I feel is happening with you. You've got massive changes happening soon that you're planning for. The Death is the end. And where was that other one? Oh, the 10 of Swords down here as well. The end of something. Yeah, the 10. It's a 10. So it's the end of a phase of your life, and you're planning for a future phase, or you're planning for your future. So look for those repeating number 10s this week. And don't forget about music. Don't forget to play and have fun. Feed your soul. And stay positive. Bye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to this week's reading. So what is your first card? It is all about travel, taking an excursion, going somewhere new, going on adventure, having a vacation. So maybe you are on vacation this week. Let me know in the chat or in the comments. Let's draw you one more of my handmade, homemade cards. So your next card, if I can get it off the top, is Depth. Yes. Going deep within. The quality of being deep, intensity as of silence. The innermost or extreme part or state, usually depths. Part of greatest intensity as of night or winter. The part of greatest intensity is the definition I would go with for you. Things might get very intense for you this week. All right? So be prepared. Let's see what we can get specifically with the tarot for you, Group 2. And I love how we have those pale blues and the pinks kind of popping out for you already, in the green tones of essentially the heart chakra. Might be a focus for you this week, Group 2. got to shuffle this really well. One more. All right. We have a page of coins coming up for you. We have the Tower, the 10 of coins, the World. What a great card, especially next to the 10 of coins, and the Ace of Cups. I love it. Okay. So, Page of Coins is bringing you news about money or health. So let's see what that could be. The Magician. And the 3 of Coins. If you were applying for jobs, this is a you've got the job moment. If you are up for a promotion, this is a you've gotten the promotion or the raise type of moment and communication. Something you've worked hard to achieve here. We've got the Magician. You are the Magician. You're being seen as the Magician. You're being seen as being very good or a master of your trade, essentially. You've done the work, you're reaping some kind of reward here, or at the very least, you're getting an old pat on the back, good job type of thing. What's the Tower all about? What's falling apart? What's maybe crumbling so that something new can be built? You need strength and courage. We've got the 4 of Cups and the 6 and the Ace. All right. Now, for some of you, what I'm getting here is you are in a process of maybe grieving someone who has recently passed away, and it's going to take a little bit of effort for you to become strong enough to maybe socialize like you used to, because you keep having moments of nostalgia, and you're just immensely missing this person and feeling extremely lonely. This is for some of you, but know that you do have the courage and the strength, and you will, when the time is right, be strong enough to hang out with friends and laugh and experience joy as you used to. Okay? That being said, now there's another group of you where this is definitely something to do with you being creative, whether it's going back to school for art or music or theater, or starting your own creative business. You've reached a pinnacle in your current career or job, and now it's time to move on. The Tower is disruption, or it can mean maybe you are disrupting whatever this structured life was by quitting your current job and starting this business, or going back to school for something in the area of liberal arts, is what it feels like to me for some of you. So this week I feel you're doing some planning of this. I don't feel like you're leaving this job quite yet, especially because right off the bat here we have you being revered for a job well done. But you're thinking about it. It's still in the back of your mind. It's there. It's not going anywhere. It's still a very realistic idea that you want to form. So 10 of Coins is a great, especially next to the World. This is just fantastic. It's kind of saying money is fantastic right now. You've got more money coming in, which kind of plays on what I was saying over here, where you might be getting a raise or a promotion, or you're getting the job. So there's more money coming in. There's no worries about money. A new beginning with the World. The World is your oyster. Sometimes this is travel for me. You might be planning to travel or taking a little bit of a trip this week. We've got Ace of Cups. Okay. So what it's saying is there is a new beginning for you in relationships here. Now, not for all of you, but for some of you, this is a new beginning in a romantic relationship. You've met someone already, is what I'm hearing, but you have been afraid to take the next step. You have control of your life, and your emotions are not under your control. So therefore, You maybe don't place a lot of value on your emotions, okay? But this is a very good connection. This is a very healthy connection. You might want to take a risk on. You just might want to take a risk on this. Most of you, this person's already in your life. A few of you, maybe they're going to be in your life relatively soon, within the next probably month or so. But what I'm getting for all of you is that you're not quite open yet to new love, but you're getting there. And it could very well be new love with the Ace and the Two of Cups. You're not quite open to it yet, but you could get there fairly soon. You're doing the work. You're moving through maybe a bad breakup or the grieving process or something like that for some of you maybe. Or maybe you've been alone for a long time and you're just used to it. You're set in your ways. That's the Emperor energy. You know, someone who's in control, set in his or her ways. And, you know, you're just not quite ready to let go of that structure that makes you feel secure and stable. But you will be, and you will have to let go of that a little bit eventually in order to have a healthy, romantic, or really a healthy any kind of relationship, whether it's a familiar relationship or a friendship. You do have to let go of control, because we can't control our lives. I mean, we can try to, but we can't control our lives, and we certainly can't control other people's lives. So I'm going to draw a few more tarot cards with this tiny deck that's also by Ciro Marchetti. Try not to drop them all as I'm shuffling. Okay, that's good enough. The moon is coming through. The Nine of Coins, it's another really good omen. That's another really good card, like that 10 right there. It is security, comfort, wealth. It's having wealth, being financially secure. We do have the Devil, so I'm talking about the wealth and the money. I feel like it could be a warning, but honestly, the Devil is about, you see the coin behind him, right? It's about earthly matters. What could be more earthly, honestly, than money? Money is not necessarily the root of all evil. We have to survive. We want to be happy. We want to be comfortable. We want to provide for our loved ones. So it's not the root of all evil, in my perspective, or from my perspective, in my opinion. But that's kind of saying maybe that's the focus right now. Your focus is on earthly things. You're not really focused on the woo-woo spiritual stuff, okay? Interesting, though, because the first card here with this tiny deck was the moon, which is all about the unseen, the unknown, secrets being revealed. So for some of you, maybe you do have kind of an obsession with money, or your greatest fear is perhaps to be desolate and destitute. That's something you maybe have to deal with a little bit, okay? This week and moving forward, you might have to deal with that a little bit. And it would kind of make sense with this depth card. You know, the part of greatest intensity. What's your biggest worry or your biggest fear right now? It might have to do with money. It just might have to do with money. But focus on your heart chakra with all these pinks and greens of the two top cards here. Let's draw you a number card and see what I can tell you, group 2. And we have this one, 33. So communication is important for you this week. Also, 33 is a master number. You want to Google that, the meanings of number 33, and look for the repeating threes. Pay attention to how you're communicating with other people this week. Also, pay attention to how you're communicating to yourself in your mind, through your thoughts, repetitive or obsessive thinking or worries. Please work on meditating. And I feel like you do need a break from your mind. You need a break from your mind. So maybe for you, that's what this means. It's taking a break from your analytical thoughts or your worries. Taking a vacation from that side of you. might be necessary this week. And you can do that with meditation if you try. All right, group 2, I hope this helps you. Have a great week. Bye. Hello, group 3. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So let's see how your week's going to go according to the cards. So for you, we have learn or learned or learnt, learning. Anything to do with expanding your mind and learning something new. Reading, taking a class, joining others in a group. Try something new this week. Learn something new, get those little gray cells alive and moving. Let's draw one more from this handmade deck. If I can shuffle them. All right, so let's grab this one. Excuse me. We have wave or wavy. It's all about riding the waves. You can see this little character. I placed him here. It looks like he's kind of hopping over an octopus. And of course, there's a stormy sea here, the waves. Excuse me, my throat. It's about riding the waves. It's about being persistent, persevering, going with the flow, not letting things get to you, not letting little things stress you out. We're going to always have roadblocks. We have goals. We see the straight path. We see the straight line towards the goals. Do we ever stay on that straight path? No. We're always waving, weaving, dodging, navigating through roadblocks, unforeseen events, etc., etc. So that's kind of what this card's telling you. There's some things that are going to be coming up this week for you where you're going to have to just be flexible, all right? Be flexible. Try to be flexible this week and learn something new. Take a class or join a group. Let's get into the tarot. We're into the second week of August. I can't believe it. My neck of the woods, we're in the dog days of summer. It has been ungodly hot and humid. My least favorite part of the year. I'd rather be in a blizzard. But soon we will enter autumn and I'll be able to breathe again. All right, so we have for you 8 of Wands, action, movement, the Knight of Coins, 3 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the King of Cups. Okay, so 8 of Wands is action, but it's slow action because we have the Knight of Coins here. What is it regarding? Queen of Coins, 8 of Cups, okay. Oh, I see. Someone's having a problem moving away from something and into something else. Okay, let me just take this in for a moment. For most of you, especially if you are a female, which is usually the archetype of the queens is female, not always. But if you are a female, I feel that probably this is a transitional period where, well, perhaps you are doing something different. Perhaps you are planning on learning something new. Because there's a transition here from the Queen of Coins archetype to the Queen of Swords archetype, leaving behind the Queen of Coins archetype. So for some of you, this is kind of an empty nest type of thing where all the kids are away or, you know, they're gone, they're married, they're in college or whatever. It's transitioning from that nurturing mother archetype to the independent female crone energy of the Queen of Swords. Another thing this could be would be someone transitioning from physical work, doing something that's more physical as your job or career, to something that's more about the mind. like waitressing. I always say that's social and physical, because you're on your feet. It's a lot of physical exertion, as are many other jobs. You know, building, painting, anything, cleaning, anything like that would be physical. And maybe you're leaving that behind, transitioning to something that's more related to the mind, the intellect, thinking, decision making, etc. And it's something you are gung-ho about, but what we're getting here is that it's going to be slow moving. It's a slow process, so you have to be patient, all right? So whichever kind of fits you, group 3, let me know in the comments if it's the former or the latter of what I just described. You can rewind the video if you want to hear it again, but let me know in the comments which one of those kind of fits for you, if any of them. But let's go forward with the 3 of Cups, which is a very sociable card. It's a joyful card. Getting together with friends. There's a Queen of Cups involved. This is usually a Scorpio, but could be a female who's a Cancer or Pisces. It's very interesting to me too how we have the 3 of Cups, which shows in most cases 3 women dancing, drinking, having a good time. And in your reading we have 3 queens here. They're all very different from each other. There's someone who's earthy and nurturing and motherly, and someone who's very independent and fierce and warrior-like. And we have someone who's very intuitive, psychic, emotional, etc. So maybe you are joining forces. Maybe you're one of these 3 queens and you're joining forces to start a business or achieve a goal together. So pay attention to 3 this week. Now we have the 8 here, which is restriction. Now, how is this restriction playing out for you? Okay. Interesting. Restriction with the 4 of Cups, which is in this, you know, depiction that Ciro Marchetti painted. It looks like they're praying for something, hoping. There's hope there. But in some instances of this card, it looks like someone who's very bored or dissatisfied. And then we have the Nostalgia card and we have the Justice card. So what I feel here is a sense of hope with you, group 3. I feel like this is hope. Hope for something to break you out of whatever you feel is restricting you, whether it's your own mind being pessimistic, or whether it's feeling trapped within your current job or trapped within your current relationship. There is hope here that things improve. There is hope that you return to the joy and the innocence and the playfulness of youth. There's hope here of things being balanced. So maybe you've been depressed. I'm kind of getting that, especially with this watery energy. We've got cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, all this blue, all this water energy over here. Maybe you've been kind of depressed. So you're fighting to come out of this maybe period of sadness or pessimism or whatever it is. And I'm getting a yes for you, that with a little bit of help and with some work, you're going to come out of this and you're going to be okay. All right? So please, of course, if you need help, get some help or assistance. Maybe the 3 of Cups and these queens here are your support system. Maybe you're the King of Cups. Maybe you're a male who is Scorpio. Oh, I'm sorry, the Queen is usually Cancer, Pisces. King's usually Scorpio, but it doesn't matter. Even if you're a different sign, I feel like you're in your element. You're in your emotions. You're all in the feels this week, group 3. And maybe these other people around you are your support system, helping to lift you up, helping to cheer you up. Let them in, group 3. Group 3, let them in. All right, we have 4 of Coins that kind of flipped out here. And the 6 of Coins. There's another scale here. So I feel that you're going to balance out. Things are going to balance out for you. Whatever it is you've been worried about, whether it's your health, emotional or physical, whether it's money, relationships, things are going to balance out. Karma's going to balance out. But you're definitely all in the feels this week, group 3. So be prepared for this this ride, this emotional ride, and just ride with the emotions. If you're sad and it's just overtaking you, go in the bathroom and have a good cry. Even if you're at work, just take a little break, cry, sob, let it out. You'll probably feel better. Allow your emotions to flow with them, let them out. Because there's a lot of turquoise and blues in here, which is that throat chakra. Let those emotions out, because that's what's going to help you to heal. And there are people around you that love you and will help you to heal. Okay? Let's draw a few cards from this mini tarot deck. And one just flipped out. We'll get that one first. So we have Four of Swords. There's a resting period, taking a break. We have Temperance. Look at that. Another card of balance. And we have the Ten of Wands. Tens are about completion. Okay, completion. And also Ten of Wands is about hard work. It's a burden, but it's hard work. So if you're willing to put the work in, things will be balancing out for you. Let's draw you a final card, a numerology card. Let's see what final little message we get for you, Group 3. All right, take this top one. Number 3. I said it, 3, right? Didn't I say that? You saw me mix the cards up. Hey, they don't call me psychic for nothing. All right. Number 3, creativity. Pay attention to the 3s. You might want to focus on creativity. Creativity comes from our emotional centers. That's where it comes from. I always say there's a fine line between intuition and imagination. It's an extremely fine line. So you are intuitive this week, highly intuitive. You are emotional this week, and you are highly creative. And pay attention to the 3s. Okay, Group 3. Group 3, pay attention to 3s. All right, have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.